overthrowing everybody that had a brilliant idea. They say you can't have it unless we give it to you. This is what made him go to war with the Panthers, the Black Liberation Army, the movement. All of these people was doing community work, trying to bring the community together. Them the ones that was targeted for neutralization through COINTELPRO. Right. So they created a condition that made us not want to do nothing with each other. Because of the people that look like us, that ain't us, that keep selling us out and cutting our throat. And we thinking they our brother man, but they really the other man.
That's why I brought it up to you, because it's like, yo, it's proven itself over and over again in real time. Things you've talked about for years, and they came over, they restructured it, they made sure their people were in there to vend, their people, like the whole point of us doing our events and doing stuff for ourselves is so we can support our entrepreneurs, our artists, etc., etc. So it's like when they kind of take over our things and move us out, now you got, like at the Zora Fest is probably about $500 to vend now. Whereas back in the day, it'd probably be $50 to $100 a vend. So it's like they're trying to block us out of opportunities. Back in the day, we could vend in New Orleans. We could just go up and set up on the streets off Bourbon Street. Now you can't really do that because you got to have paperwork and everything else. And they even to the point where they have the white people doing the drum line now on Bourbon Street. Every time you see the drum line, it's all white people. So they got their little ways of trying to, I don't know, man, just write us out of history, I suppose. Hey, Chiefs. Oh, please, God, Chief Tuscaloosa in the building. So yeah, man, I'm just looking at all the different things that's going on in the world. Hey, real quick, Rod, man, are you real versed on the Book of Enoch?
Pretty. I read it a few times.
So with everything that's going on, we talking about these tektites or star seeds that come down from above. We're talking about blood types. In the Book of Enoch, do you think that that's what's activating a lot of people's blood right now? That's why you're having so much crazy stuff going on. I know the solar flares, the heat, but you see how much, like right now, you got people that's not putting up with the coons that want to. There's a lot of coons out here that run these people's establishments for them. The girl Afeni Muhammad, I believe, where she was, they could say mental health and everything else, but those solar flares start hitting. There's a lot of stuff that got to be straightened. A lot of these different people that are taking advantage of these structures to turn around in turn to take, you know what I'm saying, to abuse their own people. Like you said, the ones that look like us and not us. And it's backfiring on a lot of people. Let me tell you anyway. So,
you know, we starting to recognize them, though. They starting to show themselves.
Yeah.
Right? Because when we tell them that we not Africans, they get so angry. Because they lie not working. Right? And the rage that they put out, you froze up, God. The rage that they put in to trying to convince us that we ain't from and we from somewhere else, tell us who they is. Right? They want us to leave the out of Africa. Say again?
No, I said you're right, because they mighty focused on what we got going on over here. Everything we got going on over here, you see what I'm saying?
Look, the whole world been watching as time, wondering which one of the chiefs is going to see through the charade and make the claim in the public domain to liberate the rest of the world. Because when you overthrow the oppressor anywhere in the world, you overthrow him all over the world. Because it's the same MF. It's the same people. Right? So they just don't like to be seen because they can come hide out in our community. Right? We all remember being little kids and we see some rich dude pop up in the hood, but we don't know where he came from, where he got his money from. He's filthy rich and he's trying to fornicate with every one of the sisters in the hood. But he ain't there. He just popped up rich, already rich. Where you get rich? Again, they got the children to grow up, they get a different and a different disposition. When we used to run the fade, they catch us in the heated moment and convince us that the person that won was worthy of death. But when our culture, he wasn't worthy of death, he was worthy of respect because he handled himself like a man. In their culture, they can't stand to lose. They can't stand to lose, and their whole system is based on artificial information, misinformation, disinformation, propaganda, misdirection, illusions. And if you see through it, they get instantly enraged that you see through it, and you become everything but a child of the Most High in they speech. And all you got to do is watch. Wherever some peaceful people congregate to try to uplift us, they come sliding in the messages with some hostile BS that don't got nothing to do with the conversation. Right? And you let them tell it, ain't nobody got no honor but them. But they don't got no honor.
That part.
Right? We be seeing them every day. They be carrying on. They act like black Karens, but they men.
It always been like this.
At least males. I don't know if they men, but they male. Because they into the other alternative lifestyles. That's why they push that agenda so hard.
Yeah, no, man. The push for the black dollar is going crazy right now. And like you can't hide nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025. Everything is out in the public. You know what I'm saying? Public domain. It's funny how you were talking about the Crips and the Bloods and Red House and Blue House and all that, because what's Ruby versus Sapphire?
Red and blue.
Ruby and Sapphire is the exact same stone. Just like you said, with their kin at the same time, they're the hardest stones outside of diamond. The same house is just one is red, one's blue, same exact stones. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, America got a lot, like it's a lot going on. I see a lot of people coming together. You see all sorts of people like the 607 unks and everything else, because it's weird, because now people that wouldn't have those conversations because we might not be able to connect with everybody. Now it seems like certain agents are waking up from all around the globe to do their part. However they're doing it, you know what I'm saying, whatever role they're playing their role well, and they're waking people up. Because now I'm seeing people walking them down the street talking about conscious shit because they heard some shit 607 up said. You know what I'm saying? Something Rod said. Something. So I think this is a crazy time right now. It's a lot of amazing stuff going on.
You know, 607 up when he first came out, he BDGD, Vice Lord, Blood Crip, right? And people was getting mad at him, but they didn't understand what he's trying to do. He's saying, from the position I'm standing in, we all the same people.
Facts.
And I can be any one of them people, right? Because they are family to me. And I can see above the shenanigans, right? I got friends that's BDs. I got friends that's GDs. I got friends that's Vice Lords. I got friends that's Crips. I got friends that's Blood. I got friends that's Pyru. I got friends that's 5%ers. I got friends in the Nation of Islam. I got people I done broke bread with in every nation. So now I got to go to fight with that nation because somebody else told us we was each other enemy, and we ain't got enough sense to figure out for ourselves that the enemy is the one turning us against each other by infiltration, by flooding our community with drugs, promoting sexual promiscuity, right? And they don't know that the reason why we fighting each other like we fighting each other is because the enemy needed us fighting each other so they could continue to rule while we fight each other. Somebody got to rule. If we busy fighting and killing each other off, who gonna rule? Who gonna govern the land? So since we so busy warring tribes, right, we ain't running the fade no more like we used to, because we have a lot of the OGs around that got murdered back in the day to tell us, you know what I'm saying, the real deal. the ones who spotted the police infiltrators and got murdered right before he was able to tell his brother man who the other man was, pretending to be the right? In 1983, he said they look like I, they walk like I, they dress like I, but those are the agents of Lucifer himself, right? Lucifer got a bad rap because they can't show you nothing negative that Lucifer ever did, right? They don't know that Satan and Yahweh is the same person from two different cultures. Satan is in Set, Lord Set from Kemet. Yahweh is in from Babylon. All of the modern religions is founded upon books that was taken from the Babylonian captivity by the black Jews. They want us to think that the Jews that left Babylon was pale faces. Boy, no pale faces down there yet. So how that's gonna happen? Because all of the pale faces we know today, your Ashkenazi, your Sephardi, your Khazarians, they are all converts to Judaism, and they all use Talmudic and Mishnah, and they use the Torah to convert. So not until you get on the inside do they give you the Talmud and the Mishnah. They use the Torah as the tool to convert you, to give the appearance of being chosen by their God. But we don't believe in that for one reason. When our God created us, he gave us the Americas. He gave us Turtle Island. But when they God created them, he didn't have nowhere to send them because he ain't supposed to be here. So they became nomads, wanderers. What they say when they kick Cain out of the garden, you would be what? A vagabond and a wanderer in the land. You know what a wanderer is?
So they ain't got no home.
A wanderer is an Arab. Arab mean wanderer.
Yo, Chief, it's crazy. I know you might not rock with too much of the Aztec gods, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Aztec gods, you know, me and bro be talking about it all the time on the I'll Network. Shout out I'll Network. But peace to the guys, peace to the guys. But the funny thing about it is, their gods were conqueror gods, and that's why you see the hawk or the eagle on there killing the snake. We don't know where these people came from. They don't know where they came from. The people that's down there in Mexico right now will tell you that something brought them down there so they can, occupy the land because they didn't have no land. That's their history. So it's crazy, like what you just said. So
look, where do the Chinese belong on Earth?
China.
And in China, they have a whole bunch. They got Mongolians and Huns, and several other tribal classifications, but they are Chinese. Where do the Japanese belong on Earth?
Japan, right?
So they got several different. Yeah, they got several different tribes of Japanese in Japan, but they're Japanese, right? And when you go to Africa, you got many different tribes in Africa, but they all was from Africa. They had a home. The people from India, where they belong? India, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how they are synonymous with the land of their origin, right? The only people who don't have a home is wanderer. They have to camp up. They have to camp out on other people's land because they ain't got none. They ain't from nowhere. What they do, just pop out there and we here? That don't make sense. So your God promising you a land. What'd you say, Stone?
No, they were soldier hating on you. As soon as you start going in on them, they started chopping up. But we got the picture though, most def.
So if you guys chose a people he would have had a land for you when he created you.
Thanks.
You would be synonymous with somewhere on the planet. You wouldn't be getting kicked out of everywhere you go all over the planet. Unless you don't belong on the planet. Right? So
Thanks.
Elijah Muhammad say everywhere they go, they cause mischief and bloodshed. They come between two peaceful people with their lying and deceiving ways to turn one against the other. And then they offer them a solution so that they can appear like the savior. That's what he teaches. Okay, now, I always add, they offer you a solution, I add for a fee. Because it's always going to cost you something to allow them to mediate. If you can't see through their shenanigans, you're going to be fighting each other because they started the conflict between you. Bloods and Crips is cousins. Some of them is brothers. You got them growing up in the same house. One blood, one Crip. Right? But when you trace us all back, you start getting down to what we call the Mississippi Delta. All the way down into the Louisiana outlet of the Mississippi River. All the way up into the Missouri River. We populated the land from the rivers. We lived first on the rivers as fishermen. Right? But then we begin to become farmers and we begin to have harvest the natural animals of the land. When we was farming, we didn't have to captive our animals. We didn't have to put them and pin them in. We let them roam the land. And the right? So when they talk about the Buffalo Soldiers, the Buffalo Soldiers is the Buffalo Clan. My Buffalo, but they not wearing water bottle helmets, right? You had they had the same dress as they wear on the Buffalo Soldiers. Buffalo team.
Hold on for a second, Chi. You there?
Yep.
Man, my bad. You started going in and it started buffering on us. You were talking about the Buffalo Soldiers, Buffalo Clan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was saying that they make mockery of them on the Flintstones. That same headdress that the Buffalo Lodge wear on Flintstones is the same Buffalo helmet that they used to wear over here, but they used to wear the whole pelt. The Buffalo Lodge hat was like dressing up, but when they going out to harvest bison, they dress up like a bison and walk among the herd until they pick the ones that they need to take out of the herd in order to feed the people. When the Europeans start making their way across the Great Plains and seen all them buffalo, and we tearing their tail up from among the buffalo, they said the buffalo turning into Indians. We got to kill off all of the buffalo because they keep turning into Indians. So to get rid of the Indians, we got to get rid of the buffalo. So then they came up with something called the buffalo trains. In the buffalo wagon, they be riding across there shooting buffalo from the train or from the wagon. Right? They was paying a hefty price for buffalo pelts because they believed that when they killed the buffalo, they killed one of the soldiers that was dressed like a buffalo. They didn't have enough sense to know he was just dressed up like a buffalo. He a 7 foot tall, 365-pound Mississippian. He And so trace the Black Panther is the black leopard. The leopard is ancient to the black leopard is the stealth priesthood, the ones who go to a society and blend in with society in order to find a solution to the problems that's facing the society. And this is why all of the work the Black Panthers did was uplifting work to the people that was oppressed, which was us. But they got infiltrated by people that look just like us. So Tupac said to tell me it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here. I can't lie, ain't no love for the other side, right? What else he say when he got shot? He said during all my riding, all my laying it down on the line, put everything out there for our people. I never in my life would have that somebody that looked like me would be. Remember him saying that?
Yeah, I do.
He's telling you they look like us, but they ain't us. And then we can start seeing the fingerprints of their infiltration. And it was a melanated individual who brought Garvey down with the mail fraud and got him exiled. Get rid of it. It was some people that looked like Noble Drew Ali on his Mufti staff that gave him over to the police.
Hey, Chief, like, you think that you could talk a little bit slower because it's buffering up? The sound keeps messing up and they really trying to tune in to, you know what I'm saying, everything you're saying. But like you can slow it down if you want to, like, because I know I got a lot of stuff I'm shooting at you, but yo, you can, like, if you can slow it down just a little bit so it don't buffer on you. You there?
I think it's buffering because the system. Information we going over is critical information. We can't control them buffering us. We blame it on but I got full internet access. So it ain't that.
Yeah.
On the StreamYard, but the StreamYard don't always do that, so it ain't that.
Yeah,
it's outside interference.
This whole one was real special for me tonight, and I really appreciate you for even tapping in because I know we've done it several other times before, but this was the first one we did on our StreamYard, so this is kind of weird. So, you know, it is what it is. But real quick, if you have any questions for Rod, please put them in the chat real quick, and we'll get to them. Also, like I said, man, if you want to support Rod, hit his